Vegas just slapped us in the face with a plus 20,000, 0.7% chance to win it all. They are calling us the worst team in playoff history and begging the NFL to change the rules just because we showed up. But I have got one question for the haters: if we are so bad, why are you all so terrified of playing us? What is going on, Panther Nation? Welcome back to the only spot on the internet that rides or dies with the black and blue 365 days a year. We have finally made it. The drought is over. The playoffs are here. And I do not care how we got here, I do not care about the record, we are dancing. Before we dive into the madness, do me a huge favor, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and share this video if you are ready to shock the world this weekend. It really helps the channel grow and lets us keep bringing you this daily coverage. I hope you are having a fantastic week and the energy is right. But we need to have a serious family meeting today because the disrespect coming our way has reached an all-time high. We have got major injury updates on the offensive line, oddsmakers treating us like a Division II school, and national media heads literally crying real tears that we get to host a playoff game. Let's get straight into the first headline. The big question looming over Charlotte right now is about our anchor. Is Robert Hunt returning? We are days away from kickoff against the Rams, and all eyes are on Big Rob. Is he going to suit up? Coach Canales spoke to the media about Rob's potential return from that torn bicep, and he was very cautious. He basically said this week is the ultimate test. They are not looking for him to just pop in for a series or two, they need to know if he can physically handle 60 minutes of playoff football without snapping that arm in half again. Canales confirmed Rob has been in every meeting, he is mentally sharp, he knows the game plan inside and out. The only question mark is the body. Let me be real with you guys, I want him back. I want him back so bad. You have seen our run game the last few weeks. It has been sputtering. It has been stuck in the mud, especially late in games when we need to close things out. We need that interior push against a Rams defensive front that loves to wreak havoc. Adding a player of Hunt's caliber instantly stabilizes everything. He is the tone setter. When he pulls on those run plays, the whole energy of the line changes. But, and this is a massive but, it is scary. We are talking about a torn bicep for an offensive lineman. That is their lifeblood. One wrong punch, one awkward engagement, and pop, he is done. And not just for this game, potentially for next year's training camp too. That is the nightmare scenario. This brings me to a really interesting debate I saw in the comments of our last video. Someone said they would actually rather see us activate David Moore, yes, the receiver, over Robert Hunt. Why? Because of the long-term risk. Their point was, why risk re-injuring our $90 million guard for one wild card game when we are building for the future? Just activate Moore for receiver depth and let Rob heal. I see the logic. I really do. If Rob re-tears that bicep, we start next season behind the 8 ball. It's a valid concern because we are trying to build a sustained winner here, not just a flash in the pan. However, here is where I stand on this. You play to win the game. This is the playoffs. You do not know when this window opens again. Ask the 2015 team. We thought we would be back every year. We weren't. The NFL is the not-for-long league. Windows close fast. If Rob Hunt looks me in the eye and says, I can go, no pain, then he plays. Period. I am not saving bullets for next season. If I can fire them now, I am firing them now. If he is physically cleared, you put your best 11 guys on the field and you go to war. So here is my first question for you guys. If Robert Hunt is only at 85% health, do you start him and risk the re-injury, or do you trust the backups and protect your investment for next year? Let that marinate for a second. Now, let's talk about the numbers that have me absolutely fired up. The Vegas oddsmakers have released their books, and frankly, it is insulting. Right now, almost every major outlet, ESPN, Bleacher Report, Yahoo, has us ranked 14th out of 14 playoff teams. We are dead last. We opened as 10-point underdogs at home. 10 points. In a playoff game. That is unheard of. But here is the stat that blew my mind. Our current odds to win the Super Bowl are sitting at plus 20,000. Let me break down what that means. If you put a crisp $100 bill on the Panthers to win it all right now, and by some miracle we do it, you walk away with 20 grand. That is lottery ticket territory. That is, we don't think you even play professional football territory. Bleacher Report even released a prediction saying the Rams are just considerably better on both sides of the ball and predicted a 34-20 blowout. They said our offense is inefficient, our defense cannot stop the pass, and that the Rams' experience will crush us. They are looking at Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, and Sean McVay, and then looking at us, and they are laughing. And you know what? Good. Keep that energy. I love it. I want them to think we are trash. I want the Rams to walk into Bank of America Stadium thinking this is a bye week. Because that is when dangerous things happen. We are playing with house money. Nobody expects us to win. The pressure isn't on Bryce Young, the pressure is on Matthew Stafford and the Rams. If they lose to the worst playoff team ever, they become a laughingstock. If we lose, everyone says, told you so. We are free to just go out there and ball. Speaking of people preying on our downfall, can we address the crying? The sheer amount of whining from national media heads about the playoff format this week has been embarrassing. You have got Shady McCoy going on TV saying we don't deserve a home game. You have got Richard Sherman saying the rules need to change because an 8-9 team shouldn't host a 12-win team. Everyone is suddenly an expert on competitive fairness, now that the Carolina Panthers are the ones benefiting. Where was this energy in 2022 when Tom Brady and the Bucs won the South with a losing record? I didn't hear Shady McCoy crying then. Everybody just said, oh, it's Tom Brady, watch out. Where was this outrage in 2014 when the 7-8-1 Seattle Seahawks hosted a playoff game? Oh, that's right, they won that game. And then they went to the Super Bowl. It is funny how the narrative shifts depending on the logo on the helmet. If this was Joe Burrow or Patrick Mahomes sneaking in with a losing record, the media would be spinning it as gritty, resilient, and you never count a champion out. But because it is us. Because it is Carolina. Oh, burn the system down. It is broken. Here is the reality, win your division. That is the rule. That has always been the rule. I don't care if you win 13 games, if you didn't win your division, you are a wild card. You travel. We won our division. We beat the teams in front of us. That banner hangs in our stadium, so the game is played in our stadium. It is the perk of being the king of the South. If you don't like it, petition the league to abolish divisions entirely. But until then, quit crying and come play the game. And that brings me to the question of the day. I want to see your answers in the comments right now. Should the NFL change the rules so that division winners with losing records lose their home field advantage, or is winning the division the only thing that should matter? Sound off below, let's get a debate going. Enough about the haters. Let's talk about history. Because the last time we played the Rams in the playoffs, something magical happened. I'm talking about X-Clown. Double overtime. 2003, I remember exactly where I was. I was living in Alaska at the time, watching on a tiny TV, heart pounding out of my chest. It was a dogfight. We had blown a lead, the Rams had come back, and we were in sudden death. Ricky Manning Jr. had just gotten that interception to give us a chance. We are driving. Jake Delhomme drops back. It's 3rd down and 14. Everyone is expecting a safe pass to get into field goal range. But Jake sees something. Steve Smith slants across the middle. And for a second, time stood still. He catches it. He splits the safeties. He hits that extra gear that only Smitty had. And the rest is history. That play didn't just win a game, it birthed a culture. It told the world that the Carolina Panthers weren't just an expansion team anymore. We were dogs. And this Saturday, we need that same ex-clown energy. We need the stadium rocking. We need to remind the Rams that strange things happen when you come into our house in January. The ghosts of 2003 are watching, and it is time for this new generation to make their own history. Before we get out of here, I want to give some love to you guys in the comments, because the fan pulse has been incredible this week. I saw a comment from Retro Big Cat who said, "I was wrong. I picked them to finish 7-10. I wanted them to tank weeks ago. But I admit I was wrong, and I'm just going to enjoy the roller coaster." Big respect to you, Big Cat. It takes a big person to admit when they are wrong on the internet. And honestly, a lot of us were skeptical. It looked bleak for a while. But we are here now. Just enjoy the ride. Then we had Chirping Earpiece who made a great point about the coaching. He said, "I love the progress, but if Canales would just hand off play calling to a true offensive coordinator, we'd be dangerous. Too inconsistent." Man, I feel you on that. Sometimes it feels like Canales gets in his own head. He calls a brilliant drive, and then gets cute with a flea flicker inside the 20-yard line on wet grass. We need him to trust his players this weekend. No gimmicks. Just line up and beat the guy across from you. But look, fam, that is it for today. We are underdogs. We are disrespected. We are the worst playoff team ever. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Let me know your score predictions below. Can we shock the world? Or is Vegas right? I am sliding out of here. Stay safe, stay hyped, and as always, keep pounding. Peace.